I'm serious, just straight face, not joking.
Love how the Somalis they've got at Black Hawk now.
And you're all scum, and we are going to capture you.
Nigeria. Those are not Somalis.
And we are going to take you over. I love how the Somalis they've got in Black Hawk Down, though, look like they're from, like, West Africa. I mean, I can tell you where Africans are from just looking at them. Those guys are, like, Nigerian. Those are not Somalis. Anyways, let's go back to some minute. You know the guy in Captain Phillips that says, I'm the captain now? That's not a Somali. That's the ruling slave master royalty clan. Now, they may be in shacks and driving pirate boats and shooting RPGs at people, but the point is they're the rulers. They're very proud of themselves. It's not even fair to call them Somalis. Ilhan Omar is a slave master. Hated in her own country. So, let's go first. Let's just get the fraud out of the way. They've now discovered, just a few weeks in, $8 billion stolen in Minnesota with, of course, Tim Walz and all of them over it. So we don't just want to blame the Somalis as Democrats above it, using these groups they bring in to be their low-level organized crime operation. Play clip 64 and 65. One's Stephen Miller, the other's a local newscast about it. It's up to $8 billion they've discovered now, stolen from food for kids, medical stuff for homeless people, and a bunch of other crap. Here it is.
With all the scams, with pretending that children have autism who are not in fact autistic, with pretending to enroll people in food programs when in fact nobody was ever enrolled, and engaging in massive fraud, lying, and theft and grift on a scale we've never seen before in American history. The total bill, the total tab for this is going to be far beyond the numbers we've already seen reported. We believe the state government is fully complicit in this scheme. And we believe that what we are going to uncover is going to shock the American people. Look, based on the records that we already have, and this is a significant undercount, by the way, 75% of the Somali population in Minnesota is on welfare. But that's likely a significant undercount of just how much of a financial burden the Somali refugee population is imposing on this country.
Fraud investigators are finding in Minnesota is growing by the day. Kelly Loeffler, who leads the Small Business Administration, says in the 2 days her agency has been investigating the state, they've uncovered at least $1 million in PPP fraud just 2 days in. Several of the whistleblowers in Minnesota have also told lawmakers they believe the total amount of fraud could total up to more than $8 billion. Governor Tim Walz, who is up for re-election, is under fire for all of this happening under his watch. But he says they have paused these programs. They've brought in outside auditors to get an idea how far-reaching this fraud was. They're taking steps to keep it from happening again. And he's defending his management of the state while also taking shots at Republicans and the president.
And in spite of the headwinds we're against, Minnesota ranks economically, economic growth, happiness, number of people insured, education levels, near the very top. So I'll tell you what, I have no interest in having this state look like Oklahoma or Mississippi. And if folks are going to commit crimes here, thinking because our generous spirit and our programs that we have is going to give them some kind of cover, they are sadly mistaken.
Yeah, Minnesota is also now home to the single largest pandemic fraud scheme in the country. And Republicans argue that Walz and other Democrats opened the door to this.
They engineered it. They brought it in on purpose. They knew exactly what they were doing. They're laundering the money. Now, I got many of these clips, but let's just go out to break. The Somali in Minneapolis holding up a picture of Trump, talking about how they've conquered Minnesota, they're going to conquer America. Here it is.
My biggest fear in life is that this man may never witness our full takeover. Yes, he may never witness that. He already witnessed our partial takeover, our little success in America. And he is the reason, actually, I know that the community in America is thriving. He is how I know. It's like, he's how we measure our progress. If he doesn't tweet, somebody messed up. I know it. Somebody fucked up the plan. If he tweet, I know. We're doing the right things. Yes, that's how I know. So he's old and sick, I know. He may not witness our full takeover, but I promise you that his sons will witness. Just like him, we came to exist in this country. See, the land of free men, the land of opportunities. And we're here. Yes, and we're not leaving, actually. We're not going back. What do you mean go back? You should go back first. You see, if you come first, you go first. See, just like you. Tell me how you own this land. Explain to the world how this land became your land. Tell the world.
So he says, look at me. I am the captain now. No, Europeans were not immigrants. They were settlers. Big difference. You don't think you know what that means. And once we find our instincts again, you pirates are going to be in deep trouble. Just like the Barbary pirates, buddy. You're in a lot of trouble. We'll be right back. The 12 Days of Christmas sale is here at thealexjonesstore.com. For the next 12 days, we will be running a series of limited time sales. All supplements while supplies last are buy one, get one free. Add any supplement to your cart and get any other supplement free. This isn't buy one supplement, the same supplement, like Ultramethylene Blue, get another one free. This is you can buy a $20 supplement and get a $40 supplement free. I mean, this is an insanely good deal. You can mix and match any of our amazing supplements together. Don't miss out. This offer ends Sunday, December 7th. Visit thealexjonesstore.com today and fuel your body, mind, and power the InfoWar. Every purchase gets 50x entries to win our Jeep Rubicon 392. Oh my God, I drove one of those. Just amazing, so smooth. This is not your granddaddy's Jeep. Every purchase gets 50x entries this week. Every time you buy something, you're putting 50 times in the sweepstakes to win our Jeep Rubicon 392, 10K cash on top of it, and brand new Ford Raptor, 10K cash for that. This only happens every few months in a crossover where we're about to end one sweepstakes and a new one's beginning. So there's this 1 week period every 2 months where when you enter to win, you can potentially win both vehicles. That obviously increases your chance of winning one. The bigger issue is it funds this operation, and we can't do it without you. And we have changed the world together, and InfoWars is more influential than ever thanks to you being in the InfoWar. Everything I sell is the very best supplement we can get, the very best highly rated. I take it all. It has changed my life taking the Shilajit, the Irish sea moss, the bovine colostrum. These aren't sexy names, but boy, they have sexy effects. The ultramethylene blue. And again, consult your physician before you take methylene blue. Ours is medical grade, the strongest out there. Talk to your physician first before you take it, because this isn't a game. But bovine colostrum, should probably rerun that ad. It was just me at dinner for my dad's birthday in November, right after he had open heart surgery. Thank God it went well. And they had just gotten my bovine colostrum before we even rolled it out a few months before. And my mother's like, our hair, our nails, our skin, this is insane. Well, bovine colostrum works really great. This is the best. We got the private label, the best that's out there. That's just an example of what is available at thealexjonesstore.com. So you can buy any supplement, buy one, get any other supplement you want free, and you've got just 5 days to do it until the 7th of December, 2025. And it's a total win-win. But you're going to get the bovine colostrum and have a great effect. You're going to get the methylene blue and have an incredible effect. You're going to get the Irish sea moss and have an effect. Now, things like the Irish sea moss and Shilajit take a week or so to build up to feel the effects. Same with bovine colostrum. Not the case with methylene blue. Not the case with our turmeric. That is the strongest, 95% curcuminoid. The average turmeric product's 4%, still works great for inflammation and helps your overall immune system and health. So these are all game-changing, amazing products at thealexjonesstore.com. And I want to thank you all for your support. Widest selection of Patriot apparel, you name it. Do your Christmas shopping with us. Ball caps, t-shirts, hoodies, limited edition sweaters. Don't fight the crowds. Get great deals and support the InfoWar. Just decide to do your Christmas shopping at thealexjonesstore.com, and let's continue to change the world together.
In the heart of Texas, where the wild coyotes roam, stood the Alex Jones store, his merry home. The shelves were stacked high with Shilajit, turmeric, bovine colostrum too, and he was always stocked high with the precious methylene blue. But up on Mount Microchist lived the grinchiest Grinch that ever was cast, and he stuffed all the supplements in his bag with glee. He took methylene blue, red, ultimate life force, and the Shilajit. In the morning, Alex appeared with a shout. The globalist Grinch just robbed my Christmas shop. To be continued.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones. Crashing through the lies and disinformation, it's Alex Jones, coming to you live from the front lines of the info war.
All right, so I'm not drilling in on this Somali thing to be mean or because it's, political red meat issue. Americans need to not be cowed by the left, the globalists and BlackRock and the UN saying the West is evil, George Washington's bad, get rid of your culture because they want you to accept globalism. It's good for people to look at other cultures and say, oh, there's some really cool things about some cultures out there and some amazing things in the world, and we can admire good parts of it or whatever. But the West has consistently been the best for freedom, liberty, innovation, you name it. We got plenty of problems. But this running everybody down and making us hate ourselves, and the Earth's going to die because of humans who don't have kids, all of this is meant to make you not have a life force, no matter what color you are. And then to bring in a special ruling clan that got overthrown in Somalia, got back in power later, into the United States in the 90s, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them total nationwide. And then how does this group cause so many problems in Tennessee, in Washington State, in Minnesota, in Georgia, other places, in London? And it's because you brought in a mafia. And so Harrison Smith made the point last week, it went viral, millions of views, that there's people go to Mall of America, it's basically like little Somalia now. And the stores, 90%, all of it. And they just leave the stores open. Nobody's in there and nobody's robbing anything. He said, wow, yeah, it's a high trust community with them, but then they organize to basically pirate and rob and run criminal systems as everybody else. And he makes the point, yeah, it's high trust in their community, but not for everybody else. But that's not even for Somalis. That's the ruling clan that Ilhan Omar's father was the ruler of and ruled the warlord dictatorship for decades. And so she recently had the former prime minister of Somalia reveal that Ilhan Omar is here in America to represent Somalia. And you've seen the pledge from all the Somali politicians in Nashville and in Seattle, in Minneapolis, St. Paul, saying, no, we are Somalis. We are here to send money to Somalia. Because that's what it is. They believe in their weird cosmology, they're supposed to rule the earth. And they founded America, and they founded Minneapolis, St. Paul. They got here in the 90s. I got clips of them saying that. And I got a whole bunch of the clips that are brand new saying, we're going to rule you, we're going to enslave you, you belong to us, you are scum, you are weak. And I started learning this decades ago, and I'd say, man, the Somalis really are like an organized crime syndicate. And the whole background of this particular tribe, this clan, they were so proud, commenting to me, going, we're glad you know we're superior. We will rule you, scum. And their people in this clan follow their orders 100%. They go steal all this money, and they send almost all of it back to the terror groups and all the rest of it. So these people are arrogant, ladies and gentlemen, because they have been in charge often over thousands of years, enslaving Africans, pirating, robbing, all of it. They are predators. They have this attitude that it's their right to do this to you, no matter what color you are. One of the experience, let's say you're a black guy, that lives in Houston, never been to Minnesota. Let's spend a week in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Walk around with a Somali. Go talk to them, see what happens. They are, their main identity is everyone is scum but them. Black, white, doesn't matter. I mean, it is really twisted, but that's because it's not even Somalis. It's that clan. And that's 95% who's been brought over here. They won't hire other Somalis. They won't even talk to them because it's a caste system. They're slaves. And notice, they don't look like them. They don't look like they're deformed and mentally ill. They don't look like demons. But inbreeding, whether you're white or black, whatever, creates that. So go ahead and play these clips back to back. Let's play 44, then 13, and then the other clips back to back. I want to illustrate a small piece. I have like literally hundreds of times this information. Here it is. Hold on, let's stop. I didn't think of this. I apologize. We're going to have to start and stop this because radio listeners will just hear a bunch of gibberish in this particular dialect that they got. We have to start and stop it. This is the former prime minister, basically Ilhan's boss, worked for her dad, the dictator. Here he is bragging. I need to read this to radio listeners to hear what he's saying. So start and stop it. Go ahead and start it. The interests of Ilhan are not, it is not the interest of Minnesota, nor is it the interest of the American people. The interest of Ilhan is that of the Somali people of Somalia. The success of Ilhan is the success of Somalia. And that carries a heavy meaning to us. Me speaking in the name of the Somalian people. Everywhere they are on the planet. I am asking that you support and give money to Ilhan's campaign. To support her with your votes. Tell your neighbors and your friends and anyone you know to come out and support Ilhan Omar so they can ultimately vote for her and knock every door you can for her so that she can be reelected. That is your promise. And your promise is to come shoulder to shoulder to be Ilhan's shield and vote for her again with all of your working together. Thank you all. God bless. And notice she looks happy and sweet to him because we're a tribe. Everybody else is our enemy. We're pirates. We're murderers. We're slavers. We're parasites. And look at all politicians, state senators, you name it, behind her. They're smiling and just, the weak Americans are ours. Literal cavemen. Literal warlords. Living in, she went into Congress with no money. She's worth $30 million, and it's 10 times that. What, in just 6 years? Stolen from you. She runs it all at that level. Then it goes to the Democrats above her. And I can show you an hour of them all doing the same pledge. Don't you worry, this isn't for America. We're exploiting the enemy. And they don't hire any black people or brown people. They will hire key white people that help them run frauds. In all the indictments, it's 90% Somalis with liberal white women who know how to do the stealing. I'm telling you. This is not for America. This is for Somalia. She does not like America. And all that foreign money comes in to get elected, and then she sends billions of stolen money. Stolen from disabled children, you name it. She sends it right back. And I got Somalis saying, no, I don't want any money to go to veterans or homeless. It goes to us. We are the rulers. We are the superior. We are the Ubermenschen. We are the Superman. You are the subhuman. Here's Harrison Smith explaining that for the Somalis, which is really not, it's this tribe, it's this clan. Oh, it's a trust society for them because they're pirates. When they're on their pirate boat going out and robbing somebody or kidnapping somebody. No. They all take care of each other and they're mafia. Go to Harrison Smith.
And a lot of people are out there saying this is a clash of cultures because Somalis are low trust. And they keep using that word. And it's often a word that's invoked when you're talking about, populations or, demographic homogeneity. Is you hear there's high trust and low trust societies. There's a difference, though. There's a problem with that, however. I'm looking for videos for a Somali mall. I find a video of a white guy who's going through a Somali shopping center in Minneapolis. I swear, I've searched for an hour to find this video again. I can't find it, so I'm just going to have to explain it to you. But he's walking around a Somali shopping center, and he's saying, yeah, we're like the only two white guys here. There's like a giant Somali flag painted on the ceiling. And he's going like floor to floor. And he's like, the weird thing is, a lot of these shops, if there's no customers, the people running the shop just leave. And so he's walking into stores where there's nobody there. And he's like, yeah, this is such a high trust society. They don't even worry about locking their stores or shutting the door to their stores if they're not there, because it's a high trust society. And I think that's key to understanding what's going on here. The Somalis are not a low trust society amongst themselves. Okay? It's not that it's a population replete with criminals who are stealing from everybody they can. Within their own community, they don't even lock their doors. They don't steal from each other. They don't scam each other. So understand, when they're running these billion-dollar scams, it's not like they're scamming their own people. They know exactly what they're doing. They're scamming you. They're scamming the non-Somali people. They're scamming America and Americans, and they know that, which is why they do it. They don't scam themselves. This isn't a matter of just a low trust population coming into an area and just committing crimes against everybody. No, it's a community, it's a population, unified, cohesive, one block, together, conspiring to scam everybody else.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it loud and clear. We don't care that Somalians are being deported. They're not our concern. See, I don't have no hate for nobody, right? But I do understand that we have groups over here or groups that aspire to come to America that don't like Black Americans. Because, see, we the great people of society. So when they come over here, they already have some type of disdain towards us, and we ain't did nothing to these people. See, I've been to Minnesota. And when I was in Minnesota visiting my son, because he live up there, man, these Somalians are everywhere, and they rude. They act like you not there. When you speak to them, they look at you like you foreign. And I'm like, man, you in my country. Why you looking all stank? So get them out, Trump. Yeah, get them.
Now, if you've studied human psychology, what do you do to a group you're going to abuse and rob? You demonize them. And if you're a pirate slaver culture tribe, because this isn't Somalis. These are the ruling slave masters. When you do that, everybody else is scum and subhuman. That's how you allow yourself to kill everybody and treat everybody like crap. But under Christianity, whether you believe in God or not, we believe God made us all. You judge people by how they act, and then that unifies and builds great civilizations. In Africa, the most successful countries and groups are Christian. And then they always get invaded and taken over by non-Christians, Muslims, you name it. Real Christianity works, and it transcends the race and all this crap. And that's what the globalists want to get rid of it. So, yeah, they're here telling you I'm the captain now because we have literally brought in the ruling mafia of Somalia. Remember the movie Captain Phillips? It's a true story. Here's a clip.
All right. No.
We got a problem. We pushed the ship too hard. We're off the grid.
You see, they use real ruling class Somalis for this movie, unlike Black Hawk Down.
No one gets hurt if you don't play no game.
The ship's broken. We had to go.
Nobody gets hurt. Easy. Hey!
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure.
I'm the captain now. Can I make a question?
Yeah, here's the Somalis protesting Trump right now in Somalia. Let's go back to that clip earlier. You talk about I'm the captain now. Imagine the arrogance here that somebody would be this arrogant and say, we're going to rule you. There's only 200,000 Somalis, but that's the attitude. That's the attitude you got to have to run slaves and kidnap and murder and pirate everybody, including other Africans. And then I got one guy talking in Somali, but I'll read over it, saying similar things. Just came out today. So go ahead and air clip 22 and clip 8 back to back. Here they are.
My biggest fear in life is that this man may never witness our full takeover. Yes, he may never witness that. He already witnessed our partial takeover, our little success in America. And he is the reason, actually, I know that the community in America is thriving. He is how I know. It's like, he's how we measure our progress. If he doesn't tweet, somebody messed up. I know it. Somebody fucked up the plan. If he tweet, I know. I know we're doing the right things. Yes, that's how I know. So he's old and sick, I know. He may not witness our full takeover, but I promise you that his sons will witness.
This guy's been brought up from birth that he is your ruler.
We came to exist in this country.
And then he says, you know, you white people conquered this country. It wasn't a country then. And now we're going to conquer you. He says, it's the right to conquer. No, he says the right to conquer. He's just a pirate. He says, I have a right to conquer.
And we're not leaving, actually. We're not going back. What do you mean go back? You should go back first. You see, if you come first, you go first. See? Just like you. Tell me how you own this land. Explain to the world how this land became.
You guys see this video from a Somali immigrant. He's telling us what's what.
Somalis are all over the society media. They team up at MAGA and Make America Great Again, which is Team Trump. They immediately let them fight, continue, keep fighting this way. Minnesota is ours. America is ours.
Well, there you have it. They've taken Minnesota, and they're going to take out the rest of America too. And you have got to admire the confidence, right? That is a lot of bravado, especially when you consider that none of that confidence or bravado helped them to take Somalia. And just a quick tip here, sport. If you don't have what it takes to take out a couple of strung-out warlords, you do not want to dabble with rural America, because we got a lot of country boys and veterans that, quite frankly, they've been itching to get back into it.
All right, that's a classic good old boy thing, and I'm not trying to be mean to this guy. The day I see UN blue helmets, it's all over. The Somali ruling slave party is only one little piece of what the Clintons call the broken coalition, where they get all these broken up controlled groups that hate America, that are organized and controlled, and then suck off everything, commit all this crime and defund the police and bring society down. So we're in deep trouble. No, it won't be the Somalis that ever rule us, but it'll be the globalists collapsing us. So, oh, good old boy, take you out, don't you worry. Yeah, well, you are out in the country, and while, just like Texas, and I love Texas, my family's Texas as it gets. And I go out and see family, and they're all veterans and everything. It's like, well, they'll never get Texas. We're 2 inches away because of the fraud and the gerrymandering and all of it from losing the damn state. California used to be redder than Texas, but they got control and took over with fraud. So this overconfidence is killing us. Yeah, obviously the Somalis are going to take over. It just shows what the left will bring in here, and it's got people's attention.
I have to take just 1 second to welcome Dean, the Dancing Machine, as Blackie called him. And I can't believe Anna Kaslov is here. Very nice. So we're watching some Alex Jones, and they keep changing things. They keep fucking changing things on me on StreamYard. So what I need to do, which I'm sure it's just a couple clicks that they've reorganized certain things, and I got to fucking figure it out, is how I can have... the only reason I like to keep myself on camera is so I can see when I fuck up, basically. So, like, if I make a mistake, you know, I can self-correct and see it in live time. But what I prefer to have happen is the chat live, plus the video I'm sharing, plus myself live. And like I said, that's what they keep changing. So I'm going to try to fucking figure it out again, which is fine. Dean, I haven't seen you in many, many moons. And Kaslov, I'm so glad you're here. I watch all of your videos, Cass, by the way. She already knows that, but at least I can be super creepy and announce that to the world. All right, so let's try this again, and let's see if this works. All right, I think this is it. Okay. All right. So I've got that. I've got that. Now I just have to share it. Present. Okay. Perfect. Perfect so far. Almost there. Now let's make sure the chat stays. Okay, I've got the chat and I've got the video. Hit play, go.
All of it's the best, the very best turmeric. All of it's proven private labels of top brands at lower prices.
All right.
We're not reinventing the wheel here. Buy any supplement, get any other supplement free. Now, why was that different than buy one, get one free before, which are already great? You can buy a $20 supplement and get a $40 one free. You can buy a $30 supplement and get a $45 one free. And these have the very best ingredients, the highest quality, the very best. Shilajit will change your life. We've got the best. Irish sea moss will change your life. We have the best. Our spike protein cardiovascular detox is incredible. It's so good for your whole body. We have the best formula, hands down. Ultimate Life Force. It's all there at thealexjonesstore.com. Please make the simple decision to not spend all the gas money and fight the crowds and go to malls and do all this stuff. Give your family a bottle of ultramethylene blue. Give your brother, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, your son, your daughter. Get a bottle of turmeric. Ours is 95%, the strongest out there. The regular turmeric works great, 4%. Yeah. It's all there. We have the best bovine colostrum. Heard what it is for your skin, your hair, your whole body. We've got the best. First 2 weeks of the milk a cow puts out are a super nutrient of super nutrients. Ours is 2,000 milligrams per scoop, the strongest out there. Give the gift to your family. Now, if you give them ultramethylene blue, you got to give them a card and say, listen, check with your physician. You have drug interactions. This is powerful. It detoxifies your mitochondria, gives you instant energy. But be careful because you're giving them a firecracker. All right? My point is, do your Christmas shopping, get it done, don't waste a bunch of money and time, fund the defense of the future and your liberty and your freedom, and all of us collectively keep us on the air. Oh, yeah, ultramethylene red just came back in, limited shipment. Oh, forgot about that. Wow, nobody's got that. That is insanely good. Take an hour to get into it all. Get ultramethylene red. It turbocharges methylene blue. It goes great by itself. We got creatine super nano concentrated gummies in. Creatine, incredible. We got the best. And so much more at thealexjonesstore.com. Thanks for your support. You aren't just helping us, you are the InfoWar. Hour number 2, straight ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, Nitric Boost, the all-time fan favorite, is now back in stock at InfoWarsStore.com. You've looked at our formula. You like it?
I did, and I do, yes. Well, nitric oxide is a key. It's made by our own bodies again. It's made by L-citrulline and L-arginine, the amino acids.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Judy Mikovits, without me even knowing she'd gotten it and used it, came on years ago and said, this was the best spike protein detoxer she'd found.
So you want to boost your own body's ability, the nitric oxide.
Hit pause. The reason that I love Dr. Judy Mikovits is because she was against the vaccine from the outset. Hit play, go.
Oxide relaxes the endothelium, the vasculature. It relaxes the vein. So I use the two, your InfoWars. I keep that on my shelf, and I feed myself the Cardio Miracle, which is just for straight food. It's a different formulation than that one, and the two together are a 1-2 punch. So you get in your food the ability to make what you need and no more.
It is already a nationwide best-selling bodybuilding product for over 20 years. Bodybuilders take this, it helps grow muscles and better workouts and things. So for those of you that love Nitric Boost, it's back in stock right now at InfoWarsStore.com. For those that haven't tried Nitric Boost, you are really missing out. Secure your Nitric Boost right now at InfoWarsStore.com. We're battling the courts. We're still here. A year after the Onion said they bought us, we might actually hold on and win. But regardless, the shopping cart's there, the shipments are going out, and you will get your product. But if you don't order it and support us, we'll be off the air. So please take action now at InfoWarsStore.com and experience Nitric Boost for yourself. It's good for men and women. Get your Nitric Boost now, right now, exclusively at InfoWarsStore.com. And thanks for being the reason, one way or another, we'll always be on the air. InfoWarsStore.com, Nitric Boost back in stock.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones.
I got a star on my car and one on my chest, a gun on my hip and the right to arrest. I'm the guy who's the boss on this highway, so watch out what you're doing when you're driving my way. If you break the law, you'll hear from me. I know I'm working for the state. I'm the highway patrol.
All right, I want to finish up on some of the Islam stuff. It's hard to, because I got literally hundreds of other incredible clips. Just know this, Ilhan Omar went into Congress 6 years ago with zero money. She's worth $30 million we know of now. And I bet my right arm it's $100 million. Now, that's a pirate. And she's got this attitude, and she's like the Joker. She's here to take us down and everybody else around her. I mean, you think running slave pits and kidnapping rings and pirate operations and murder for hire, you got to be nice people? You don't be part of that unless you think you're right and everybody else is animals. Now, here's the head of the Muslim Brotherhood a few years ago, Qatar Al Jazeera boss, Wada Khanfar, openly bragging about the plan to take down America and the West. Here it is.
Every civilization has its own model, and the Western one has reached its final stages, and it is collapsing at this moment in time in every aspect. And other civilizations like Muslims or Chinese or whoever could participate in building this new model.
West has been declining, China has been rising, a new challenge to the Western order has been presented. We need to take full advantage, because you should remember, when the international order is cracking and weakened, the people in the margin have much better opportunity to relocate themselves and to readjust the balance of power regionally and internationally. And this is our moment. I think they are much more weaker than us. The United States of America and its allies, with China and its allies, is coming, which I think it is, it means there are cracks in the world order. And therefore, yes, we need to prepare.
You should remember that the Ottoman Empire, when it existed, actually it did control the passages to Europe from land and sea. And Europeans could not really breathe during 8th century.
How to establish the Islamic State. Islam aims to achieve certain goals. And take over other civilizations.
Conquer these two civilizations. You're going to be in charge of this land. That Islamic civilization is going to be supreme.
Time will come that you will destroy the two biggest superpowers. We need to organize. We need to come together. We need to be united.
We know what America plans. يمكرون ويمكر الله. Allah says they plan and we plan.
You stupid people can't see this coming. So we got a Muslim lieutenant governor in the state of Virginia. You got a Muslim attorney general in Minnesota. You got Mandami that took over New York City, step by step, bit by bit. I think they said we got 89 Muslims elected. We got like 4 in Congress right now, and about 95% of them are all Democrats. You might find them Republicans sparse out here or there. But of all the elected Muslim officials in America, about 95% of them are Democrats. And the Muslims hate, as a religion and as a culture, they hate the policies of the Democratic Party. Y'all see where this is going. They're using the Democratic Party as a weapon to destroy their enemies. They're voting to put together a lethal weapon to destroy their enemies. It's like if you got, pests, boll weevils, something in your garden, you're going to vote to get a pesticide to kill them all. Pesticide's not for you. Pesticide is for them, for your pests. You're going to vote for a police force to get the drug dealers out. You're going to vote for ICE to come in and get the daggum illegal. ICE is not for us. ICE is for them. That's how the Democrats see the Democrats. That's how the Muslims see the Democratic Party.
Wow.
Is their own private security force to destroy Christians in the United States of America. Boy, that's smart. That's diabolical, man. And they come in and they use their money to give to this party to destroy their enemies inside of the United States of America.
Holy shit.
I've seen this stuff for over a decade. I want Vince Ellison on. But I got to tell you, from all the clips I've been seeing for months, it's black people really getting it. And you know why? Because it's black people in traditional black areas that are being encroached on by the Somalis. And the Somalis won't give them the time of day. Won't even talk to them, won't give them a job, treat them like crap. Because they're not even Somalis. They're the slave party clan, literal slavers. It's still legal there. They hate black people even though they're black. Introducing Ultra DNA Revival, the advanced daily supplement designed to help you feel and perform at your absolute best, starting at the cellular level. Backed by cutting-edge mitochondrial and DNA support science, Ultra DNA Revival delivers noticeable all-day energy without stimulants or crashes, faster recovery and greater endurance, sharper focus and mental clarity, support for healthy blood sugar levels, stronger immune system function, enhanced liver health and natural detoxification, reduces everyday stress and anxiety, protection against oxidative stress and the visible signs of aging. And again, this is a private label of an already best-selling brand that found this. Thousands of customers report feeling the difference in as little as 7 to 14 days. Right now, take advantage of our best pricing ever. VIP members, $34.95. Regular, $59.59. Save over 40% with a VIP membership for $30 a month. Experience the revival your body has been waiting for. Secure your DNA revival today at thealexjonesstore.com.
Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.
Yeah, there's a storm on the loose, sirens in my head, wrapped up in silence, our circuits at bed.
All right, I want to shift gears into Elon Musk, the EU, NATO, how that ties in to Russia and the war and where all that is going. Now, when President Trump first got into office 9 years ago, He said, why are we paying for half of NATO? And then later he got audits and found out we're paying 75%. Okay, I get the old Soviet Union. I get the Cold War. We made deals in 91 that NATO wouldn't expand any. And then all NATO's done is expand up to Russia's borders and start all these wars. And then I saw the deputy head of the EU Commission in a clip I've got just yesterday say, Russia for hundreds of years has attacked Europe hundreds of times, and Russia has never been attacked by Europe. And I'm sitting there going, what was Napoleon Bonaparte? What was Adolf Hitler? But again, they're talking.
Here's where Alex Jones is amazing, is that he doesn't even, maybe he does, maybe it's for his show, but everything he said that's happening is happening. And he doesn't give himself enough fucking credit. Hit play, go.
Volkswagen and the ballistic missile. And he relaunched the Olympics. He drew the Olympic sign. I mean, Hitler was in a lot of ways a very bad guy and actually did murder a bunch of people and won a global domination. But it is crazy how many ideas he got people to implement. And the EU is one of those evil plans. And he wanted to put Edward VIII, this is mainline history, look this up, the King of England, on the throne of the unelected European Union Commission. And he was in Germany when World War II started. The King of England was German.
Hit pause. Hit pause. Not even to mention what happened between the United States and Canada and Mexico during this period of time. Hit play. Go.
And he had to run to Spain when the war started and wasn't even in the UK for most of the war. Now, that's buried in history books. They always make it about, oh, he married an American woman, so he had to abdicate and step down. No, look, type in Edward VIII photos with Hitler. Edward VIII EU plan. Edward VIII to be put as the head of the EU. So the West beats the Nazis, but then they have rat line Operation Paperclip, bring 30,000+ of them in because they had intel on the Soviets and all these other connections and all these hidden trillions.
Yes.
And the EU gets together and says, hey, how about we just go ahead and relaunch this son of a bitch? So the Treaty of London in 47 sets up a steel collective. And bear with me here. This is a brief, quick snapshot of history. You can look all this up. It's in my film Endgame. Endgame, yeah, there's the King of England, Hitler. And so, and their own documents are public. They said, we don't want them to know to take them over. We'll do it over decades, having governments and politicians we pay off sign over their sovereignty. There's King of England with Hitler right there. Yep. Started World War II. So, and by the way, this was an elaborate double-cross plan. It's all been declassified. Churchill.
Hit pause. See, what Alex... I love Alex Jones. I wouldn't be mentally where I guess I'm allowed to be right now without Alex Jones. Information that I've chosen to take and process and look at and decipher and decide whether it fits the worldview that I wish was not, but it turns out all of the information that Alex Jones provides substantiates the world that is. And I've been doing this for a long, long time. So anyone who fucks with Alex Jones' ideology, you're basically stuck in retarded mode And if you're not able to escape that mental bubble and go, maybe this individual is not only exposing monumental lies and monumental conspiracies while simultaneously offering a path out of it, which is us speaking about it. You know what I mean? So it's one thing to understand the conspiracy. It's another thing to start fighting it. And it's a whole other third point to self-realizing how to fix it. And I don't know how to fix it, but I know it starts with exposing it. Hit play, go. I said hit fucking play.
You that the European Union is a dictatorship. So they have the 47 Treaty of London and the 56 Treaty of Rome. And I've read the whole treaty. It's like 400 pages long. That really established the government with the 10 first states, but they kept it covert year after year, getting more power signed over trade, over military, over control. That's why Musk has been reposting on X, maybe pull it up, images that say this is Europe, and it shows a shot of Europe and the countries, and it says this is the EU, and it's a blank page. The sovereignty lies with the people of those nations and those cultures, not with the unelected EU. So they were censoring Trump. They were funding NGOs attacking Trump. Elon went to war with them, stood up to them. The EU was saying, don't let Trump back on X. Soros took billions of dollars advertising. All that happened. And now the EU has fined him $140+ million. They say $1 billion fines are coming next. And Musk came out Friday and said, I defended you, Trump. Now I need you to stand up for our sovereignty, not just for me, but for all Americans of this unelected tyranny. And you can look it up. It is 100% unelected. And under its rules, you'd say a Muslim runs over people with a truck, even though he did, just happened again in France, kills a bunch of people, 10 people yesterday. You go to jail. You point out a Muslim raped some 5-year-old girl, you go to jail in Ireland. Use the wrong pronouns, life in prison. Ireland. There's a clip just came out where she's at a speech where they arrest a guy. And she says, in Russia, you don't have free speech. She goes, now arrest him, and they take the guy away for asking questions. That's Ursula von der Leyen. Unelected. Got paid hundreds of millions of dollars to run the COVID fraud herself. She's a criminal, but she's unelected because they set it up as a dictatorship. It's not Nazi, it's a Nazi plan. And so you have these globalist criminals in the nation states transferring their power into the unelected EU. And now it's been complete. And all you got to do is call out the elephant in the room. That's all you got to do. Because it's indefensible. Now, you judge a tree by its fruits. Musk took on Soros, the ADL, the EU, the UK. He is pumping massive amounts of money into the UK for free speech at Tommy Robinson rallies. I mean, it's just fabulous. It's heroic. It's amazing. He could join them. He could work with them. But they want to depopulate people. They want transgenderism. They're anti-human. And he isn't for that. He wants technology to empower humanity, in his words, in his actions. They want it to enslave us. Musk goes nuclear, demands EU be dismantled after Brussels hits X with $140 million censorship fine and escalating war on free speech. Musk calls for abolition of the EU. Absolutely. He's been doing that. It's a tyranny. It's the new Soviet Union. Top liberal globalist member of EU Parliament. Trump administration is the enemy of Europe. We must stop behaving as if it's a friend. They're saying we're the enemy with the dictator. She's just a ceremonial representative. Want to see the clip? EU channeled 500 million euros to CIA-linked NGOs to promote mass migration regime change and to target Trump, Musk, and others, including me. We got NATO documents 5-6 years ago. They said, hey, we're not stopping with Alex Jones. We're going to get everybody. They list me in these things, just like Crossfire Hurricane, just like Arctic Frost. I'm all over it. You know, it's not like some nebulous thing. Oh, I heard there's an assassination team after me. You better believe me. I'm not saying that's not going on with Candace Owens. With me, it's like, here's all the proof. Here's the CIA, FBI. Whatever. It's just Alex. You can handle it. You're a big boy. My point is, it's the proof of how they're criminal. And look at all this. Pastor Derek Reimer, another Christian arrested. That's in Canada. Enoch Burke, Irish school teacher, jailed following a stance against transgender ideology for life. We got Joe Rogan talking about it all. You can't make this up. And so we have this incredible pure tyranny, and we have to recognize it and understand what it is. So I had a bunch of these clips. Let's start getting to them. There's so many of these. Let's go to Musk explaining the litmus test, and then we'll start going to these other clips. Clip 55, here it is.
Yes, I think as a general rule, you can tell which side is the good side and which side is the bad side by which side wishes to restrict freedom of speech. The side that is restricting freedom of speech, that would have been sort of the Hitler, Stalin, Mussolinis of the world. They had very strong censorship, very strong restrictions on speech. That's one of the signs that they are the bad guys. And so, in fact, a restriction on speech and large government is fundamentally fascist, obviously. So, ironically, in pushing for censorship, it makes it very clear that the left is the side that is against freedom, and freedom of speech is simply one of many freedoms that we should have as a civil society, because ideas should win on the strength of their arguments. They should not win because they are suppressed.
And why does the First Amendment come first, even ahead of self-defense? Because it's the thing that organizes people. It's the thing that debates. It's the thing that exposes fraud. Now, Elon's saying 2 + 2 = 2. He's saying water's wet. But we need him to. And we need a champion that stands up for this. All of us have to be champions. But look at how he's attacked by Brazil and the UK, and all of them are coming for him. Because they're coming for all of us. This is a big deal. I know most of you know that. Here's the Heritage Foundation exposing. These documents are all public. Going back years ago, Hillary Clinton targeting Trump using EU funding, where we send the money over there, our taxpayer money, it sends it back here. We have the documents. Directly targeting Elon Musk, Reuters was given $300 million 2 years ago, a year before the election, to directly discredit him. PIs, people infiltrating his family, his business, trying to find something, paying people off, not just news articles. And Reuters divvied it out to thousands of publications. I've gone through this at a junior level. It's unspeakable. And because I've got a pretty clean beak, and the same thing with Elon, they couldn't ever get anybody. I have people come to me and say, here, I've been offered $50,000 to say something about you. Got a huge civil rights suit about to be launched on this. Is it take money to prosecute? We got them. We got the witnesses, whistleblowers, the DOJ, the CIA running it. I mean, folks, these are hardcore crooks. And I know you know that, but I don't just have to believe Elon or see the documents that are admitted. I have experienced this. I have their tire tracks up and down my body. And I'm not a victim. I'm an overcomer. I'm fighting. I know I'll be attacked. But again, why I'm under attack? Because we know what we're doing. Here's the Heritage Foundation talking about it.
Free speech isn't a free fall in Europe. There are two anti-free speech movements that have coalesced.
By the way, stop again. I'm sorry. That's Jonathan Turley, huge top liberal law professor who in the last 10 years has said, look, I'm not a conservative, but liberals are pure evil. I'm exposing them. And here he is. This is old known. It came out in Congress documents, but here he is explaining this weaponization of your tax money sent to Europe because then they can direct it without congressional oversight back on us. That's the EU. That's who he's fighting. That's who should be abolished. Go back to it.
Free speech isn't a free fall in Europe. There are two anti-free speech movements that have coalesced. One is in Europe, where it has laid waste to free speech. Germany, France, England, free speech has been eviscerated. And also places like Canada. The U.S. anti-free speech movement began in higher education, then metastasized throughout the government. But this has all reached our shores now. The Berlin World Forum followed the remarks of Vice President Vance on free speech, and the EU was red hot. They gathered in Berlin, and it was the most anti-free speech gathering I've ever been part of. There's only two of us from the free speech community. And they are committed. And, you know, Hillary Clinton was there, and she really fueled the anger. I mean, she, when Twitter was purchased by Elon Musk, she called on the EU to use the infamous Digital Services Act, which is one of the most anti-free speech pieces of legislation in decades. And she called upon the EU to use the DSA to force the censorship of American citizens, force people like Musk to censor. It's an extraordinary act by someone who was once a presidential candidate in the United States. But they are committed to it. And after the World Forum, they further globalized this effort, and they are threatening companies like X with ruinous fines unless they resume censoring American citizens.
And so this is a foreign, unelected dictatorship. And if they can stop Musk, they can stop everybody. And right before Trump got reelected, and he should circle back to this, Musk had the corrupt dictator, Count Dracula-looking judge, literally wears a black cape, in Brazil, seize all their companies, all this stuff. So Musk had to say, okay, I got to wait for Trump to get in to deal with this. I can't deal with the nation state. Okay. Well, now the EU's doing it. Trump better act on this aggressively. This is an attack on our sovereignty, on the American people, on him and everything. And I'm sure he will. But this is outrageous. Here's Elon Musk on Rogan, talking about just on the ground, the level of censorship that's going on. And it's all the same groups running it. This is out of Ireland. Here it is.
The crazy
Literally
thing
raped
is,
him. It's right. Like there's some
Yeah.
10-year-old got raped in Ireland like last week.
yeah, there's literal
They,
rape
they
gangs.
snatched some kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you criticize it, you can get arrested, and that's where it gets insane. It's like, how are
Yeah,
they not
you literally
protecting
criticize
people?
it. Like I think it was the Prime Minister of Ireland actually, posted on X because after that I think some illegal migrants snatched a 10-year-old girl who was like going to school or something, and violently raped a 10-year-old girl. And there was the people were very upset about this and protested. Prime Minister of Ireland, instead of saying, yeah, we really shouldn't be importing violent rapists into our country, he criticized the protesters instead and didn't mention that the reason they were protesting was because a 10-year-old girl from their small town got raped.
And if you say it's a Muslim, you go to jail, no matter where you are in Europe and now in Canada. I mean, this is hardcore. It's like North Korea. Here's Musk on the UK government tyranny. 17. Here's clip 17.
Why is free speech so important to you?
At Tommy Robinson's event.
Well, I believe you can't get to the truth of things without freedom of speech, without active debate. There's so many on the left that want to just crush debate and put people in prison just for talking, as you were, just for speaking their mind. The essence of democracy is it should be a government for the people, by the people. In fact, this is a government against the people and not for the people. And then you see how much violence there's on the left, with our friend Charlie Kirk getting murdered in cold blood this week, and people on the left celebrating it openly. The left is the party of murder and celebrating murder. I mean, let that sink in for a minute.
All right, so the millions on the street, that's real. Trump getting elected, that's real. All the reforms, Doge, all of it's that real. RFK Jr. in banning most of the vaccines, banning hepatitis shots for babies. All this good stuff you're seeing is because you got involved, you got engaged, Musk got involved, others got engaged, Papa's being elected all over the world. This is exciting. Yeah, I'll spend a lot of my time bitching when Trump's wrong or doesn't do things perfect. That's great. But you notice it's a competition who can bitch more and say Trump's the devil or Musk is the devil and not be engaged. It's night and day. We're in a total war. I think Musk and Trump have overperformed overall, actually, with what they're working with and what they got. Now, I'll bitch all day about what's wrong to get them back on course. But I will not sit there and lie to you and create all these drama queen infighting garbages all day so the bots all boost me. I will not be part of that lie. We'll be right back with huge news. Stay with me. Nicotinamide. Now, that's $1,000 word. But what it is the raw precursor of NAD. Now, NAD energizes the entire body, cleans out the cells. It's amazing. But most people cannot absorb raw NAD. That's why you need the precursor, which this product has in organic form. But it has so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to announce this new product, DNA Revival. This doesn't just have the precursor to NAD in it. It's got all the other organic compounds known to clean out your cells, give you incredible energy with no letdown, and supercharge your overall health. Right now, you get this product out of the gates, massively discounted at thealexjonesstore.com. Ladies and gentlemen, all the products are incredible. They all work synergistically together. But I've got to tell you, Ultra DNA Revival is a game changer for everyone. Young people, works great for them, but particularly middle-aged and older folks will really feel the difference. Now, things like our Ultra Methylene Blue hits in 15 to 20, 30 minutes, okay? Our CMOS takes a week or so to build up. So does the bovine colostrum. Same thing with this, a week to 2 weeks, but within a month, 90+% of people report incredible changes on every front. You need to go out and do your own research into NAD. You do your own research into all the ingredients that are in this product, and then realize this is the private label of a nationwide bestseller that has the top reviews in the country. Most of the products at thealexjonesstore.com, we didn't invent. We go out, what has the highest ratings? What's the most tested? What has the best reviews? They let us private label it, and we sell it to you. That way you get a great product at a competitive price, and you keep the show on the air. So take advantage of this new product right now, Ultra DNA Revival at thealexjonesstore.com, and know that it funds the Second American Revolution worldwide. But if you don't get DNA Revival, you're really missing out. You owe it to yourself, your family, and to your overall health to try this product. You can't lose. It funds the operation, and we know it really works. Here's some of the known effects this compound delivers. Noticeable all-day energy without stimulants or crashes, faster recovery and greater endurance, sharper focus and mental clarity, support for healthy blood sugar levels already in the normal range, stronger immune function, enhanced liver health and natural detoxification, reduced everyday stress, anxiety, and protection against oxidative stress and the visible signs of aging, and it just gets better from there. Ultra DNA Revival is the newest addition to thealexjonesstore.com, and we're extremely excited about it. If I could get a racehorse that had just won the Triple Crown and run it the next few races, I'd do it. It's that simple. And that's what I've done. If I could get Tom Brady at his peak, be my quarterback, I would. Well, that's how private labeling works. We go out to the top firms, the highest ratings, best customer reviews, and we simply say, can we private label it? And in every case, they say, yeah, we can private label. So it's not like we're reinventing the wheel. Whatever is the hottest, best reviews that people love, we go out and we get it. So when you get it, you love it. Well, that's what Ultra DNA Revival is all about. It's a private label, best-selling brand that is simply amazing. You can empower your body, your immune system, your health, your clarity, your libido, your focus, and literally clean out your cells while at the same time funding this operation in the face of the globals. That, my friends, is a 360 win at theAlexScore.com.
The bat phone is ringing off the hook. The Joker is at it again.
Quick, Robin, we must analyze this threat. Do you have a location on the Joker, Robin?
Yes, he's at the abandoned warehouse on 5th Street.
I'm sick of that Newscomb Joker. He's going down, Robin!
Blast you, bat brain! Must you ruin every rib-tickling riddle I concoct? He thought he was going to get away with all of that Ultra DNA Revival!
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want to stop tyranny? Well, so does he. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
All right, I got some news that I'm about to bring out here. And the Venezuelans aren't paying enough attention for this to matter, but I actually have to air a special report that I was already going to air when I think about this. Because one of two things is going on. I started getting calls this morning from 5 different people heavily embedded in the Pentagon and the intelligence agencies that there's going to be the strike is coming on Venezuela in the next 48 hours. And then, of course, I asked them, well, can I talk about this? And no response back. And I noticed I got the same thing. So let me tell you how my brain works. I've been doing this a long time. Because they're compartmentalized, they don't know either. They've been authorized to tell me this. And I get a lot of exclusive stuff, as you know. But they're not told why. But the fact that I was given it means go with it. But I make the final decisions around here. I don't work for these agencies. So one of two things is going on. This is a final threat to Maduro to give up and leave. Or they know with their radar and stuff, it's not going to matter anyways. We're just being given another exclusive as a reward. But all the command and control aircraft are in the air, and they don't launch us for no reason. So they're either doing a drill ahead of the final attack or to try to get Maduro to over-respond and shoot some missiles off as a Gulf of Tonkin provocation, or they're about to strike Venezuela tonight in just a few hours when it starts. So I was already like on the edge about this morning. Should I talk about this? But there I just went ahead and did it. And I went ahead and just gave you my thinking on it. I'm going to air the special report. That was already to get to. How good it is that people finally get Obamacare as a giant scam and a fraud designed by the creators they admit to screw you and triple your prices. I mean, how uncool, man. See what you want about Trump? He's really trying to cut prices. Did he tell people, oh, I can turn this around day one? I'm like, no, you can't. But he's already made all the moves that's starting to do it. We're already seeing, a lot of energy prices. I mean, he's moving the needle, man. It's like arm wrestling. He's like, I'll beat that top arm wrestler in 1 second. Well, no, I'm going to take it 5 minutes, but you're starting to win. Just don't under-promise, over-deliver, bro. That's all we want. I'm not bitching. I've got my opinions, and they're usually right. I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I'm not backseat driving. I didn't fall off a turnip truck yesterday. A lot of folks say, oh, my God, you're suddenly for war. No, I understand why Trump's doing it. But one of two things. This is a big feint to try to get them to overreact, so we do go in for sure, or the U.S. is going in. And I don't think the decision's been made as of right now. But where they're sending the aircraft, you know, the big command and control systems, not just the AWACS, all the other specialized ones are up, all the other stuff's up, and it's going in. It's to get the Venezuelans overreact, shoot some missiles off. That's what this is, probably. But everybody in the military has been told they're going. Now, they do that sometimes and don't do it. They've been told, go, go, go. And the people I got this from have never been wrong. Now, that doesn't mean they could be wrong this time, or Trump could change his mind. But I got a sneaking suspicion we're going to be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. when the American Journal kicks off, with war with Venezuela kicked off. Maybe not. But that's what we're doing here, because this is big boy pants time. This is not, we don't get talking points here. We're not repeaters that sit there and chirp stuff out. That's why the globalists hate this show. This is an analyst, InfoWar analysis in front of everybody. Everything's transparent. This needed to happen. This is what this is. That's why God created it. And your support backed it. God's ready to paint the painting, but you, I, all of us are little tubes of paint put out on the palette so God can paint the picture. So, my sources are it's going down. They could be wrong because they want the Venezuelans to get all the chat of the. In fact, obviously, I've been told this so the Venezuelans overreact. I think that's obvious.
Say it.
And again, I was like, maybe I shouldn't tell people how this works. I was told what they're doing. I can see it.
Say it loud.
This is to get an overreaction from the Venezuelans. And they hit them in 2 days or something. I don't know. We'll see. I said, I bet the Russians invade in October. 3-4 months later, I said, I bet they invade by the 22nd of February. I think I nailed the date. And then per usual, I had the Russians contact us and the CIA and the FBI, and I did an investigation again. They said, how do you know that?
You know why,
And they
Alex?
scanned all our stuff, and everything got broken into digitally because the feds wanted to know who told me that or how I knew.
Is because you can, and I used to know how to do this.
Putin didn't want to go in there. He knew it was a setup, but he had to. He's going to wait till in the Russian operation manuals, the last possible date the Russians published, they had to go in by the end of February because they needed time before the ground thawed. It wasn't hard to pick the last week of February as the go date, especially with everything we saw. It's just you guys aren't analysts. You just don't know how to like integrate it all. That's why they sue me. They say, who's giving you the documents? Who's giving you the orders? Me. And it's not like I'm prideful about it or anything. I think this is so obvious. I don't know how you guys don't know all this. I mean, it's like General Flynn and I putting out reports. We're in the middle of a color revolution. The Democrats say they're doing one. I mean, holy hell, they're saying they're doing it? And I got how are you sure, Jones? How do you, I mean, before they even said it was a color revolution, I warned of it. And now they admit it. It's like if I'm at SeaWorld, I'm watching a killer whale flop around. How do I, you're like, you don't have a marine mammal degree. How do you know that's a killer whale? It's just like, what are you talking about? I said I go to the report, figure out what was to say. I guess I just went ahead and said it. The bigger question is, are traitors in U.S. intelligence, if Trump does hit Venezuela, going to set this up? Because they're already calling blowing up drug boats war crimes. And I got a big stack of news here. Yeah, I'm not going to the Bound report. I'm just going to this right now.
I make fun of the guy.
Let's just look at this.
I fucking love the guy.
Because
Alex
this is a
Jones
lot bigger than just blowing up the drug boats.
Anyone thinks
this is about a history of lying scum that think you're so stupid you have no memory. So not only have the Democrats, once it was declassified, have the Senate hearings with the
So I love Alex Jones. Alex Jones is kind of who I am mentally. I just do it different than he does. But all the things he's said over the years are true. Not some of them, all of them. And that's something to look at. All right. Oh, did I mess it up? Shit. I think I can fix this, maybe. The fuck?
No, Hegg says, like he said, got greenlit it, wasn't involved. They had the judge advocate generals for the second strike greenlighted. Hegseth wasn't involved. I mean, do you think when I tell the crew, hey,
oh, sweet, it's still on.
There's no hand soap in the bathroom. Tell the operations guy to order more hand soap. You think I'm there watching him order the hand soap and I make sure it's just retarded, people. If you own a restaurant and somebody serves a bad egg once, you think the owner sat there, put roach legs in your egg or whatever? But people call this nuking him. I like Hegseth a lot, but no, this is not nuking him. This is pussy. And I said it to get his attention.
Yep.
Pete Hegseth nukes Washington Post. I don't know where you got your sources, but they suck. They don't suck. They're leaking fake intelligence that's treason to undermine the military and your command and Trump's command. So if you leak legal stuff that's legal, if a crime is being committed, you're protected in leaking. But if you leak something that's a legal order on purpose to damage the mission, it's treason. And if you leak fake information, it's beyond treason. So how about we hear about you're going to find out and prosecute who told the Washington Post he said kill them all and did all this, who's trying to run a military coup. I don't know who gives the Washington Post their info, but they suck. No, they don't suck. They're trying to overthrow the country. But I get it. Hegseth is an infantry leader and a really smart guy and a great guy, but he's not an information warfare specialist. But I mean, I think all the listeners don't need to be experts in that, do you? You already are. You tune in here. That's a pussy statement. And I say that because, like I said all week, I want prosecutions for treason, claiming it's classified, claiming it's true, and planting fake information to sabotage our country and kill our readiness ahead of the communist Islamic uprisings. Do you understand how critical that is, Hegseth? Oh, you think, oh, your sources are full of shit. You're disproven. They're not disproven. They lied on purpose to destroy you and this country. They call you an amateur and everything. You're doing a great job overall with the mission, the force structure, getting the morale up, all of it. You're doing an A+ from your perspective. But information warfare, yeah, your suit looks great. You're well-spoken, great. Your speech in front of all those generals was wonderful. But stop, you know my number one rule. People say the left are idiots and failures and don't know what they're doing. No, they know what they're doing. Oh, the Somalis accidentally stole $8 million now? No, it's on purpose. Stop saying it's an accident. Stop saying they're idiots. The Washington Post plants these lies on purpose, and you know it. So instead of, oh, you're an idiot, you were wrong, go out and say, we're going to find out who planted false intelligence under national security, and then I want that person in a goddamn, excuse me, Lord. Actually, I don't want them damned to hell. I don't mean that's blasphemy. I want them in a Supermax prison. Because when they have the uprisings or a war with China or something, or Venezuela, they're going to be sabotaging this thing from pillar to post. I don't know where you get your sources, but they suck. No, they don't suck. They're trying to destroy the country. They're not failures. They're not incompetent. They just missed. U.S. airstrike survivor clung to boat wreckage for an hour before second deadly attack video shows. Oh, maybe Marilyn Mann's a good person too. So all this Musk stuff, all of it ties into NATO being a globalist criminal organization, the EU being an unelected dictatorship that started the war with Russia. Russia's ready to cut and run and give us big mineral deals and all the rest of it and cut off China. And the EU says, no, we're not quitting. And we're going to arrest anybody who doesn't agree with us. So Trump is setting up a national divorce. Trump files for divorce from NATO over Ukraine. The national security strategy basically explains that NATO is a big threat, causing war, flooding us with migrants. Russia says, Hungary says, the EU says, their defense ministers, their economic ministers say, total conscription, total war with Russia is the business model. It's not Hungary's PM saying this. They've said this. EU planning for war with Russia in 2030. Hungary PM. Vladimir Hungary at night, folks, means the Prime Minister. Russian government invites European leaders to Kremlin for diplomatic negotiations. Remember that tweet I saw Musk put out? Were you unable to find it? I'll find it. But it shows Europe. It says this is Europe, and it shows all the countries of Europe. And it says this is the EU. There's nothing there. It's a blank page. You can't let the unelected EU and NATO tell the European nations what to do. That's why the Kremlin said, come here, meet with us. Let's stop this now. Bring back your national sovereignty. Russian government invites leaders to Kremlin for diplomatic negotiations. Meanwhile, the Russians warned of this, and now there's been attacks on Chernobyl. And they say it's Russia doing it. Russia says, why the hell would we blow up Chernobyl? Again, this is the type of insanity we're dealing with that I predicted. Russia rapidly gaining territory in Ukraine as peace talks stall. Ukraine peace talks continue as Russia intensifies missile strikes. It's getting serious. Now, I've got this OCD neurotic thing. I know I sent you guys 500 things. Literally, it's too much. But I want to find that one thing. It was a tweet. There it is. Oh, God. Oh. This is Europe. That's real. That's the people. That's the cultures. That's the real governments. The EU is that. Brussels and Strasbourg. That's all you need to know. That's what you need to know. And that's what Elon Musk is saying. All right, I didn't have time. I got some more time left to get into all the other stuff. But the Federalist courts and the Supreme Court have all been ruling for Trump because everything he's doing is cut and dry constitutional. That's why they tell you everything he does is illegal, to undermine and hope enough idiots in the general culture and the government and the military buy into it. They're planting seeds of doubt, but never with any real evidence. Supreme Court allows Texas redistricting. Reps Al Green and Jasmine Crockett lose House seats in 2026. Bye-bye. Only way these people could be there if it was unnatural. They got 18 seats from the illegal aliens alone, they admit. They brag about it. Bye-bye, that's gone. And ruling after ruling after ruling in favor of Trump. Huge win for Trump. Appeals court rules. President had full authority to fire rogue independent agency heads that refused to leave. It's the executive branch. He can fire any one of these slobs he wants any time. It's that simple. And then you got this. See, here's my problem. I'm going to tell you the truth no matter what. I can't help it, actually. My brain doesn't even work like think how to tell a lie. Unless my wife's asked me to look at that woman. Oh, no, honey, I don't even do that anymore. It just makes them love you even more when you don't lie about it. Yeah. So get your clothes torn off before you get home doing that. I don't even lie to my laugh anymore about that stuff. The point is, because your brain, once you start lying, you got to train it to think about what you're about to say. I'm just, don't even think about it. Feels so good. It is a form of insanity, though, I guess, to liars. They're like, you're not lying? I'm sorry. I'm just can't even do it anymore. It's like a long-lost memory. I was never a big liar. But I lied plenty in my life. Everybody has. Yeah, my mom. Alex, I had a couple $100 in my wallet. I'm missing like $30. You didn't take it. Oh, no, Mom, I didn't. Meanwhile, I got a whole pack of cigars and candy I just bought at the store with it when I'm like 12 years old. And my dad finds it, whoops my ass. But I investigated Trump. Everybody has. Never any connection to Epstein and kids. He's tried to get the documents released before, done all this. First guy to drop a dime on Epstein. So why did he suddenly change gears the last 10 months and cover up? And I told you, because the Queen of England and them, a lot of their money through him. MI6 is involved. He got leverage on them to roll over to him with Mossad. And now it's all come out in the new documents that it's all implicates them. But they think you're so dumb, they'll just cherry pick and cover up. It implicates and proves the Democrats are involved in all this. But Trump went out 6 months ago and said to all the federal judges and stuff, release all the files. And they said no. So the Trump admin went to other federal judges that could release it and released it. But you're not going to see on the nightly news. And if you are a conservative and you say, look, Trump's trying to actually release stuff, they'll say you're covering up. But look at this. Breaking, Trump appointed judge orders release of Epstein grand jury documents. And the Democrats have pledged to try to appeal and block it. Just like a few days ago, Thursday or Wednesday or whatever, they released, never before seen Epstein Island footage. And it was released in May of last year by James O'Keefe. But it gets better. The Democrats blacked out the names of Democrats that were on the video. And I said, boy, I wish people cared about this. Look, Democrats caught putting out old files, edited, and there's no Trump. But liberals didn't want to cover it because they want to cover it up. And a lot of conservatives like, yeah, we want to act holier now. It's just better to say Trump's bad, so we're not going to cover this. All right, fine, knock yourselves out. Drew Hernandez is set to take over. I don't know if we're going to hit Venezuela tonight, but they don't normally put all those command and control aircraft up there and bring them in close to the border to play tiddlywinks. So we'll continue to watch that, pray for our military personnel, pray for the civilians in Venezuela. Trump's going after the globalist piggy bank. I don't like regime change. I don't trust this, but I understand Trump's perspective. So I'm not going to be a wimp and say I'm against it just so I can ride the fence. I support the president, but I have major reservations. And I'm seriously concerned. So pray for this operation. And hopefully Maduro just leaves and this doesn't happen. All right. Separately, remember, who am I backed by? Not Qatar, not the Israelis, not the Chi-Coms, not the globalists, not any of them. By you. You decide how hard this dog hunts and fights. You decide when you share the articles and videos, how people see it. You decide when you pray with the broadcasts. If we're going to get God's ear, and believe me, it matters. And you decide if we have the funds to operate. TheAlexJonesStore.com. Tomorrow night at midnight, the biggest sale ever, and the biggest this Christmas season ends. Buy any amazing game-changing supplement and get any other free. Again, that means you can buy a $25 supplement and get a $40 supplement free. It's not, buy one Ultra Methylene Blue, get another free, or buy a Shilajit, get one, get free, or the new Ultra DNA Revival that is so amazing, get one free. You can do that. Any other supplement, regardless of its cost, the new creatine gummies in 2 different flavors, super nano size, concentrated. We private labeled the top producer, but made these ourselves to their big factory. Well, let's just say we private ordered it from them. So it is proprietary, best creatine out there, but our new formula, it's all there. By the way, look at the size of this bottle. Look how many gummies you get right here. And each one of these is a full dose of creatine. Weight loss, stamina, energy, you name it. Creatine is just about, look at the size of that. Let me just show you this. Oh, somebody's already been in these. Because I didn't open these up on Thursday. I already got some of them. Who got into my, what? What the hell is that? A jelly donut. And why are you not allowed to have jelly donut? Because you, Private Pile, are a disgusting fat ass. But unlike Private Pile, these are good for you. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Even though it's been pilfered, there's even more. Oh, my. Let me have one of those. Oh, my God, they're so strong. With a full dose creatine. Nano concentrate. There you go. So, sorry. Man, they're strong. Wow. Talk about sour. All right. I'm out of time. We got sour apple and blue raspberry. You want to fight tyranny? Well, so do we. And there ain't no organization, guy gets all the credit, more effective than us. That means because of you. So if you ain't backing us, you got a death wish, quite frankly. Because I'll never give up. I'll never back down, but I could give out. Back me now. TheAlexJonesStore.com. God bless you. Drew Hernandez coming up. Please remember, I can't battle the globalists without your word of mouth, your prayer, and your support. We make it easy at TheAlexJonesStore.com. We have a massive 12 days of Christmas sale going right now. A huge sale going right now. We will be running a series of limited time sales. These sales could end without warning if each product sells out. So make sure you take advantage of it, ladies and gentlemen. Add any supplement, whether it's a $20 one, you name it, any other supplement you want, absolutely free. So you can buy a $25 supplement, get a $45 supplement free. Add any supplement to your cart and get another supplement for free. TheAlexJonesStore.com, TheAlexJonesStore.com. The widest selection of Patriot apparel, you name it. So many other great new products that are in stock as well. TheAlexJonesStore.com. For just the next 5 days, there's a typo in this ad, of course. It's the 12 days of Christmas sale. For the next 5 days, you can buy any supplement, get any other supplement free at TheAlexJonesStore.com.
The bat phone is ringing off the hook. The Joker is at it again.
Quick, Robin. We must analyze this threat. Do you have a location on the Joker, Robin?
Yes, he's at the abandoned warehouse on 5th Street.
I'm sick of that Newscomb Joker. He's going down, Robin!
Blast you, bat brain! Must you ruin every rib-tickling riddle I concoct? He thought he was going to get away with all of that Ultra DNA revival!
Christmas with Alex and crew. Cocoa and a coffee brew. All the presents under the tree. Everyone happy and full of glee. Frosty, Santa, Rudolph, and more. Get a gift from the Alex Jones store.
Make a friend happy, smiles ear to ear. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Drew H. Live on X and on Rumble. Really smart reporter. Done some very, very daring reporting, obviously.